Hey everyone, I'd like to spend a few minutes talking about the best round for concealed carry. Well, before I do that, I think I'm going to start off with a story. And I was speaking with someone recently who has a very basic understanding of firearms, but believes they understand far more than they actually do, which is kind of a dangerous place to be on any topic. So he was talking about these rounds that he saw that he was really impressed by. They were a solid copper self-defense round, and he was saying how great they were because he saw some ballistics gel testing, and you all know ballistics gel is just the end-all be-all, right? So he saw some ballistics gel testing, and this bullet just zipped right out of that 16-inch block. It went in, it went out, and it just kept on trucking. And that was proof that this round was fantastic. It was great. Dare I say it was the best? Well, as soon as I heard this, I think my face kind of like went crazy, and I'm just kind of like staring ahead. And I said, I conceal carry. I said, that's really not something I'd want. And he seemed a little mystified by that. And I said, because let's say you need that in a self-defense situation. You got some big fat guy wearing a bulky coat, and he's coming after you, and he's trying to kill you, and then you shoot him, and it's gonna go right in, and then it's gonna go right out. It's not going to mushroom. It's not going to expand. If it's a 40 caliber projectile, it's going to go in 40 calibers and it's going to go out 40 calibers. You'll make 2 holes, but they're going to be 2 40 caliber holes. There won't be any expansion like you'd get with a hollow point where it goes in a 40 and maybe comes out a 53 or a 56 or a 57. That's one thing. Second of all, if it zips in and zips out, it's probably not dumping a whole lot of terminal energy in that area. Whereas again, if it's a hollow point, as it expands, it's going to have a lot of drag and dump more energy than you would if it's just kind of zipping in and out. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't mean to, diminish the potential lethality of such a thing. I mean, I certainly wouldn't want to be the victim of that. But then, what I also brought up was this. If you use something like that, yeah, it'll probably zip in and out of the bad guy, and it leaves you with a question of, where does it go after it zips out? Does it go into the house next door? Does it go into the car down the street? Or the little kid having an ice cream cone? And then I kind of got a blank look, like, I hadn't thought of that. And, that's really the big thing to think about. I mean, if you're going to select a round for personal defense, I mean, I can understand why you'd want to use something that you think is going to have enough penetration, because that's really what we're told. The FBI says you should have so many inches of penetration in order to be lethal and all this other stuff. Then, of course, you see people getting dropped by 22s. So, I'm still a big proponent of carry a handgun that you can shoot extremely well, in a round that you can manage extremely well, practice, and shot placement is king. Because, no matter what you say, the 22 that hits does more damage than the 44 Magnum that does not. Kind of have that on display. I have a 45 ACP Beretta PX4 Storm, and I have a Taurus 942 revolver in 22 LR. But anyway, yeah, I told him, I said, you use a hollow point, man. Yeah, you never get as much penetration with the hollow point as you do with a solid bullet, but you're going to get more expansion. You're going to get more deformation. Maybe you'll have some parts break off and break into it, and you'll probably get an exit wound depending on what caliber you're using. But after it goes out, it's probably going to lose a lot more energy due to meeting all that resistance, because if it's expanding size and whatnot, then you would get with, say, that solid round that just is zipping out. I mean, yeah, some would say, oh, look, they're great for barrier penetration. Well, yeah, I can see that, but again, if you're walking down the street one night and three guys try and mug you, besides maybe their shirt and a jacket, you're probably not going to have any barriers you have to worry about. And the other thing is with a concealed carry permit, I mean, you got a lot of responsibility there. You're responsible for protecting yourself and your family, but then you also have a duty to make sure you're not bringing any more harm. It's kind of like, I believe, in the medical profession when they take their oath. It's do no harm, I believe, Hippocratic oath. And I think it's the same thing with having a concealed carry permit. I mean, if you have this carry permit, you're in it for yourself to protect yourself, your family, your friends, your property, and everything. But then you also have to realize that there might be a time where you have to protect others, and you have to do so in a responsible way. And I got to tell you, the whole overpenetration thing kind of gets me. Sometimes I think people just kind of focus on, like, the potential lethality of something, and they kind of lose common sense. I mean, if you want to get right down to it, if you had somebody in your house and you wanted to make sure that you used something that was lethal to stop the threat immediately, just hit them with the 50 BMG, right? Of course, the only problem is it's going to go through every single wall of your house, and it's going to go into your neighbor's house and through anyone who's in the way, and through the next house and the next house and the next house. So that might not be the best idea. Maybe something smaller would be better. Maybe, I don't know, a 9mm or 223, something of that nature. Maybe a buckshot round. That's not going to carry 500 yards. Just a thought or two. So I just really had to share that, because when I was discussing it yesterday, I just couldn't believe it. I'm like, are you serious? Like, just kind of going on about the barrier penetration. I'm like, you own, like, every single, like, if you fire a shot, I am very lucky. When I went for my carry permit to renew it, the officer asked me, kind of going through the basics, and said, did you have to draw your weapon at all? Were you involved in any incidents or anything? I'm like, no, nothing at all, which is about the number I expected. I mean, I expected that I wouldn't have any incidents. I've been a concealed carry permit holder for, I believe, 8 years now, and I've never had an incident. I've been close to having an incident. And I would anticipate that I probably never will, but if I do, I want to make sure that I'm responsible and I'm looking out for other people, as far as not doing anything stupid. That's why, like I said, I've told all you guys, I carry a 22, because I think I'm an excellent shot with that particular handgun. I think I'm a very, very good shot. And, another big thing is program compliance. To me, it's program compliance. It's small, it's light, and it's not a big deal to take with me. But like I said, when it comes to ammo choice, to kind of bring things around, I mean, just remember that if you have to use your handgun in a citizen shooting, you own every bullet that comes down that barrel. Like, your name, your address, your phone number, everything's on it, buddy. It's all on there. So you want to make sure that you're using what you need to use and not something, insane. Because it's going to come back to haunt you. Just imagine if somebody's carrying, some, like, heavy-duty round, and it has, a solid projectile in it. I mean, that can cause a lot of overpenetration. It's just kind of, it's foolish. I don't understand why you wouldn't carry hollow points if you have the ability. I think the only round I can understand not carrying a hollow point in, offhand, mind you, is 32 ACP, which is another round that I like, actually. Remember, I'm a mouse gun guy. I like mouse guns. But I've seen quite a few testings with 32 ACP, and I think I've only seen one round. I want to say it might have been Hornady Critical Defense, but don't hold me to that, because I could be totally wrong on that. That actually had some opening of the hollow point. They usually don't work, so you might as well just get round nose, to be honest with you. You just might as well if you're going to shoot a 32. I mean, to be honest with you, that's what I carried. I just carried regular run-of-the-mill round nose, because, spending a little extra on hollow points to me is completely worth it. But not if they're not going to work. And like I said, with 32s, from everything I see, they really don't work. It's not worth it. So just kind of wanted to leave you with that. Just maybe take a little thought on what you carry, why you carry it, and kind of think it through. and realize that you need to have like the right round for the right job. Yeah, I mean, I can see if you are like a contractor in certain situations, you might need like certain ammunition. But I really think for the guy on the street, you really can't go wrong with your caliber of choice and just a regular run-of-the-mill hollow point. Not some of these barrier defeating things, because I just don't see the importance of it. But anyway, I think I've rambled on enough for now, so I will leave you with that. Hope you have a good one. Talk to you later. And if you like videos like this, I would appreciate the thumbs up, because I know you like these sorts of things. As you'll notice, my subscriber count's getting up there a little bit. I don't have any sponsors or anything like that, so really my big thing is just kind of like getting likes. I enjoy getting the likes, and if you've watched several videos and you kind of come back more, I would appreciate a sub. That's all I ask. I'll talk to you later. Have a good one.